This video was sponsored by Kershaw Knives, creating high-quality, high-performance, exceptional working tools and knives that users are proud to carry. Use discount code ARCHERY20 for 20% off at KershawKnives.com. Hey Archery Talk, this is Lucas, and today I've got my review of the TightSpot ShiftLock Quiver. I've had this quiver now for, I don't know, about a month or so. I've been playing with it on these Prime RevX bow I've got in, and I figured it was time for me to share my impressions of this quiver with you. I guess the first thing to mention, just by the name, the ShiftLock is this is an adjustable quiver as far as length goes. There is 9 inches of vertical adjustability, so you can go from as small as 13 inches to out to 22 inches. I have this, I would say, close to the longest. I've got a fairly long bow here. The RevX is a 34-inch bow, so I've got this stretched out pretty far. I've got a little more room if I want to go there, but if you got a smaller bow, you want to keep it tighter, you can absolutely bring that in. It's super easy. There's just 4 screws. You got to loosen those, and then you've got adjustability for your quiver to get the position that you'd like it to be. Another feature of this quiver that I like quite a bit, probably my favorite feature of the whole thing, is called the Bulldog Gripper. This is at the bottom of the quiver, and it's kind of what helps tune the quiver to your arrows as far as keeping them locked into place. So I'm running now some fairly narrow, hunting arrows. These Victory RIPs. So they're a little smaller than your standard diameter arrow. So with the Bulldog Gripper, you just kind of screw these spots in just a little bit, and that will tighten up the arrow space. So these things stay locked and loaded as tight as you want them to be. If you've got a standard arrow, or maybe even a slightly larger than standard hunting arrow, you can just loosen those out a little bit, and then you'll have plenty of room to put those arrows in and still keep them locked in place. Another feature is this bow has this quiver has a quick release system. So super easy, just unlock the lever and then pop it off, and then pop it back on when you need to. It's got a very light release handle. There's not a lot of pressure on there. It's a little surprising to me at first, because it doesn't feel like it's going to be locked into place, but you can shake that as much as you want and it's not going to come out. I just knocked an arrow out of there. That was my fault. Another feature on the ShiftLock is a large hood. I talked to the folks at TightSpot, and the goal with the hood was to make sure there's plenty of room for those full-size large mechanical broadheads. Let's say you're going turkey hunting, so you're using some big guillotine heads or whatever you need. There should be plenty of room in there to house everything you're gonna possibly need. It's also soft rubber in there, so that's not gonna, it's not gonna make a lot of noise with your broadheads that are touching in there. It's not gonna damage your broadheads. Should keep everything safe and secure as far as you're gonna need that to work out for you. Installation, as you might expect, is as simple as it is on any other quiver. There are 2 screws. There's a little mounting bracket here. So there's just 2 screws and some washers, and you lock that into place. There is about 2 inches of adjustability in and out for that. I've got mine a fair bit out just because it was getting in the way of some of the controls on the rest, so I wanted to have it kind of more closer to me. But if that's not an issue for you on your rest, you can kind of move that in a little bit closer to the front of the bow if you like. Maybe that'll help balance this thing out a little bit better for you. As for shooting this thing with the quiver on here, you can. I don't usually like shooting with a quiver on my bow, but if you really do, you can do it. You can feel it. If you got 5 arrows in there, you can probably feel it tilting a little bit on there. So you could either counteract that with some stabilization on your bow, or if you want, just pop it off. Hang it in a tree. It comes with a loop on the top of the hood here, or just lay it beside you, however you like to do it, and then just put it back on when you need to. I did put this on the scale today. I just want to see what it weighed without any arrows in it, and it came in about 13.2 ounces if memory serves. That's not the lightest quiver I've ever touched. There's some, I think I played with some of the ones that Matthews gave us last year that were a little bit lighter than this for for a detachable quiver. But it's still fairly light. It still sits nice and tight against the bow. I have to say that I like how that sits in here close like that. So it's not sticking out real far, which kind of helps this thing feel better at full draw when you're shooting it. Again, if you like to shoot with your quiver on. Again, I'm It's not my preference. If I've got a short shot, I suppose I would not really worry about it too much, but for the most part, I like to shoot with mine on there, as I mentioned. Price-wise, this quiver is coming in at $210. I think that's the MSRP. Your dealer price may vary. That is obviously not an inexpensive quiver, but TightSpot makes very good products. You talk to any TightSpot owner, and once they want, typically once they buy TightSpot, that's where they stay. They make great products. They've been around for a long time. Again, this is the first one I've ever had a chance to play with myself, and it is as solid can be. So hopefully that'll give you all the information you need if you're looking for a new quiver. ArcheryTalk, thank you so much for watching. Please do like, share, and subscribe. It helps the channel an awful lot, and we'll see you again soon.